Rob? 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 You gotta start the podcast. Rob? Where is this guy? Oh, here he is now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for That One Podcast with your host, That. Oh, that's not his name. I almost said That Rob Brown, but ladies and gentlemen, it's the Rob Brown. Yeah. Oh, can't do that. That's another puppet. Anyway.
What is good? How are you? We are recording this on a tiny camera. I wanted to be different this time around. I'm recording on my flip phone. That is a little thing from good old 2010. It's because my one camera was like glitching out, so I couldn't use it. But hey, we're here. You made it. You could be anywhere in the world right now, but you're choosing it to be with me, and I appreciate that. My name is Rob Brown, and this is That One Podcast. So we're going to kick it off really just right off the bat with something fun, and it is a pro wrestling thing. Yes, I said I wasn't going to be talking about pro wrestling on this podcast, but something just hit me when I was really looking for this. Excuse me one second. You'll still hear me while I'm fixing something small here. It happened this past weekend. And this past weekend, it was a mask versus mask match in Mexico. So it's between these two guys. And it all happened because there's one that is called... Well, the character was called El Grande Americano because WWE bought this company called AAA in Mexico. So it's like a minor league almost for WWE. And they wanted to have some of their superstars on the actual show. So what they did was they made the character El Grande Americano. But the guy who played El Grande Americano got injured. So then they made another guy El Grande Americano. It's like a character almost. An actor doesn't like the part, so then someone else replaces them. That's the best way to describe it. But you may be saying to yourself, what happened to the guy when he gets back in the ring? Because he does come back. Well, that happened, where both El Grande Americanos do the Spider-Man meme. What is this? Well, why are you here? Well, why am I here? What? So, let's get to the real thing. Mask versus mask. So they wrestled to see who will stay as El Grande Americano. And I thought this match was just going to be something fun, maybe a little comedy thing. This was the most serious professional wrestling match I've watched in so long because they were beating each other up in this one. And I say that because, oh my gosh, oh man, it's fake. Yes, I get that point, people. But hear me out on this. They went to town. You may have seen Nacho Libre, and that is a horrible thing to compare Lucha Libre to, but it's the only way for people to connect with professional wrestling and life. Nacho Libre in the movie gets his mask taken away from him. And in Lucha Libre, that is a sign of disrespect. You are showing your identity. You are showing who you are under the mask. That's not what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be cheering like Clark Kent if he ever got exposed that he was Superman, or if someone took off Peter Parker's mask. It would be like if Batman and Spider-Man finally found each other, or because we use the Spider-Man meme, it's like if we're not even putting Andrew Garfield in this situation. If Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland's both Spider-Man fought each other to figure out who was the real Spider-Man. that's what I liked about this match. They made it very more personal, and it's around these two guys who weren't big talents in WWE. They were talents in WWE, but they never got their shot. And this match proved it. Because, I mean, Mexico was behind the entire thing. They were behind this match so well that there was a blind dude in the front row, and he is trash-talking one of the El Grande Americanos to the point where he beats him up with the stick that he is holding. Do you know, like, how blind people have, like, a stick, you know, so then they can go around places and see what is going on? Yes, he used it on El Grande Americano. The original El Grande Americano, excuse me. That's like if I was like, and then Spider-Man hit Spider-Man. And you're like, which Spider-Man hit Spider-Man? Well, El Grande Americano, the original one, did lose because the one who replaced him just got super over. And now that means he got super popular. He made the character his own. He speaks Spanish, which I didn't think he was going to speak Spanish because he is originally from Europe, so the dude who is from Europe can speak 3 languages. That's sick. But, man, I can just feel the enthusiasm on myself for this. Because, and I say that because this is I'll even use this podcast because I want to talk more pop culture stuff on this because I could see myself ranting about, you know, the Kevin Hart roast. I was ranting about Kill Tony in some of these. So I just want to give my small opinion on where entertainment is going. Because I believe I have my finger on it very well because for the people who do know me, I'm a big pop culture guy. I love movies. I love music. I love TV shows. I love professional wrestling. And to me, professional wrestling, yes, it is a man's soap opera, but it's a mix of, because people love when people would get into fights on Jerry Springer. You're actually able to see them perform really cool stuff, and it made me, like, when I actually watched a real, like, MMA fight, like Conor McGregor's, because when Conor McGregor was first getting popular and, like, worldwide, I'd say, in 2016, when people were really trying to figure out who the guy was, you know, I'm not doing a Conor McGregor impression. But fantastic match. Fantastic match. It's like if, for the people out there who, you know, because I even talked about Rey Mysterio in the last episode. Rey Mysterio was there. He's on commentary. If you want to actually watch it, I'll put the link of it in the description of my YouTube video because it's worth it, people. It is so worth it. Like, you know what? We'll compare it to this because I thought this was going to happen in this movie. I saw Mandalorian and Grogu this past weekend. And I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a pretty good movie. I thought it was going to have a lot of the Disney aspects to it, which is, and it did. Single father with, you know, child that doesn't look like him, yada, yada, yada. But that movie is based off of 3 seasons. And I've only really seen 1 season of The Mandalorian. So going in, I was a little nervous that I wasn't going to learn a lot. But my girlfriend, thank you to her, I was able to learn more of what was going on beforehand. Thank you to her. Thank you. And, sorry, I stopped myself from doing the Shane Gillis, because I don't want to be another white dumb dude who is just copying Shane Gillis. Wow, I am on fire right now. But back to Mandalorian and Grogu. It was better than I thought it was going to be. And I say that because I thought that Mandalorian was going to die. I thought that, you know, Yoda, like, not Yoda, oh my God, Grogu. Jeez, all the Star Wars fans just started slamming on their steering wheels when I called Grogu Yoda. It's not, he's related. but he is not actually Yoda, because hear me out. Yoda is 1,000 years older than him, and Grogu is only 50 to 100 years old. That's why he doesn't talk. Little rant. I get nervous. Like, I used to talk about how I didn't want to talk about politics on here because I wouldn't know about something, but that's kind of like the thing of podcasts I'm learning. It's dumb people who go on and believe they have opinion about something, but then they see that someone has the exact same opinion in reels that they're looking at, trying to get inspiration. That's what I found out. But it was a really good movie. It wasn't too long, so for people who have low attention spans, you can watch this, because it's like, my girlfriend described it very well, and she was also, I'm sorry, she was the person who told me about Grogu. Because I used to call him just Baby Yoda. I'm like, dude, look at him, he's Baby Yoda. Because they don't say what Yoda is. We would say, like, if it was a Ewok, we'd be like, oh my god, Baby Ewok. But that's just me being a casual Star Wars fan. Because I was told at a young age that you can't be a fan of Star Wars anymore. All the kids got into sports, and I was like, damn, I gotta stop liking this movie thing. And then, of course, instead of watching movies and such, which I did, I still watched movies and was a fan of all of them, but I became a pro wrestling fan. But as you can tell, I was very enthusiastic about it, still enthusiastic about it, but that's how I am with pop culture all in general. But after watching this movie, I did some more research about it. Not like the actual story and yada yada, because I don't want to spoil anything. It's like it was divided into 3 episodes. That's how my girlfriend explained it. It was like it was 3 episodes in one showing. Oh no. I just remembered I'm not supposed to say anything because, oh shoot. Oh shit. That's hilarious. I wasn't supposed to say that she saw the movie because her dad doesn't know, and now I just exposed it on the podcast. You know what? Oh boy. You know what? That's all right. That's okay. It's not like I'm exposing, I don't want to expose, everything of what happens in the movie, because I can't remember every single second of the movie. But when I did more research about it, I was a little surprised of what happened. Because it was shown as it's going to be the blockbuster of the summer. It's going to be the biggest movie of the summer. It's number 1, blah, blah, blah. It was only number 1 for the box office for around 4 to 5 days, because it got destroyed by YouTubers. That's right, by YouTubers. I looked this up. I found the research on Box Office Mojo, which I hope is the same company that does Hello, It's Watch Mojo, because everybody used to watch those about fun facts about someone you enjoyed or someone like a celebrity. I used to look at like top 10 best SNL people. Number 1, Will Ferrell. Number 2, Chris Farley. It was so, but I forget who they put in the top 10, but let me see what the stats are. Okay. So Mandalorian, it was number 1 last week for 4 to 5 days. So Memorial Day weekend, it did pretty good. It made $81 million last week, which is like, damn, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but they needed it to do more because, remember, this is a Disney type of movie where they just throw money at it, where it's just like green screen. We need a green screen for this character. We need a green screen for this character. Like, I didn't know, because there's the son of Jabba the Hutt in this movie. That's what I will spoil out of this. He's called Rada the Hutt. My boy is jacked, okay? He is massive in this movie. Never thought that a Hutt could be not, like, heavy. I almost said fat. Well, now I just did, but heavy. He's a heavy set, Jabba was a heavy set guy. They made fun of him in Spaceballs and called him Pizza the Hutt. This one is plant-based the Hutt because this guy is huge. They gave him muscles. They gave him a six-pack. Pretty cool. I didn't know what it was because they have a Funko Pop of him at the Target because we went to Target beforehand and I saw a Rot of the Hutt and I was like, what the hell is this thing? And yeah, it's a jacked Jabba the Hutt, which we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to the whole merchandise idea thing because I thought that Mandalorian and Grogu would win this weekend again because of how good I thought it was. I didn't know that there was other movies out there that were going to be competing with it because blockbuster movies don't compete against each other anymore if you look at it because other things take over 1 and 2. And that's what happened with these two YouTubers who took over this weekend. Now, it was, I'm looking at my notes here, Obsession and Backrooms outperformed Star Wars by a huge amount. So Backrooms is the one, it's the A24 movie that is about just literally that internet meme of the photo of the back rooms and what's in the back rooms and you never know what can happen and stuff like that. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, open up another tab and look it up right now and be like, what is Backrooms? Because it's a cool photo, but I don't know how they could make it into a movie. But believe me, they must have done right because they made $81 million this weekend from it. $81 million. So it does just as good as Star Wars The Mandalorian did last week, and its budget was way less. Isn't that insane? I'm so happy that original movies are kind of coming back. That was a problem in Hollywood. Number 2, because guess what? Star Wars, Mandalorian, and Grogu wasn't even number 2. It went from number 1 to number 3 because Obsession was the next one. That is also made by a YouTuber. That made $26 million, beating out Grogu and Mandalorian that only made $25 million this week. So they went way down for some reason. It looks like all of the Star Wars fans that are here already saw it and aren't seeing it again, and it just went way down to $25 million. So that makes them up to, $106 million? Overall, which they need to make more money because of the budget that they do on these movies. They're like $300 million for one movie. Remember? It was a good idea when it came to, because when Disney was doing the Avengers stuff, the Avengers, Age of Ultron, all the Captain America movies, the Iron Man movies, Endgame, they were spending like $500 million on all of these movies. Yes, each movie was getting that amount of money. I'm not saying the exact number, so please don't say that, oh my God, it was actually like $235 million only on... I'm painting a picture here. And the picture is that you're getting a huge budget. We'll give them $300 million for each movie. That means that that's only the budget for the making of the movie. They also have to add in the budget of marketing that you're going to have to do for this movie. And the way that they really try to make the money back is merchandising. Yes, merch. Buy that merch. That's what Jake Paul said back in the day. I thought that was a funny video back in the day. But we're staying on how Disney is just trying to make its money back. I told you, I saw Rada, the Funko Pop of Rada, already in Target. Multiple of them. And then I saw stuff for Toy Story 5. Oh, someone just honked the horn. I wonder what happened. and I didn't even see it. Look, people, I get distracted sometimes, but I know that you also heard the horn because I heard the horn in my headphones. But Disney, they have tons of merchandise. I remember that they used to make a lot of money on Toy Story because it's literally a movie about toys, so you can sell the toys so then people can play Toy Story. I know, it sounds like a high thought, but it's not. It's not. Remember, I'm sober here. So, Toy Story 5 hasn't even come out. Toy Story 5 comes out in 2 weeks? 2 weeks? So they already have stuff out there for it. They have a Funko Pop of the new tablet that's going to be taken over. Oh, the big bad tablet. And they have other toys that are added in because they always add random toys now. You know, we got this really cool new toy. He's a pen, and we put 2 eyeballs on it. Now he's a toy. Which is, think about it. That means that, like, you could put Goo eyes or Google eyes, whatever, because, like, you know, I mean, I did that too. But you can put, like, random eyes on, like, a dresser, and all of a sudden it's talking. I'm the talking dresser. I'm alive now. You can play with me. That means that mommy and daddy's parents are alive, too. They're toys. Anyway. Not trying to get off topic here, but I think that's how Disney makes their money. That's the only way. The only way they can really make their money back now is through merchandising, which is... Now, I understand their plan. Their plan is, okay, now think about it. This is my type of tinfoil hat stuff, not politic, you know, Epstein did this. No, Toy Story did this. Disney knows that they can't, so from Snow White, which, you know, the girl was from Jersey, we were supposed to get some awesome representation from that. Not how she was Spanish, but, you know, she's from Jersey. Fuck, that's okay. Not a good thing to say there, Rob. Not a good thing to say there. I take back that statement. But just it was bad overall because of what they were doing. You know, they first had the Seven Dwarves be different people, and people didn't like that, so we want the little people to play the dwarves, and they didn't have the little people play the dwarves, so they're remaking the movie and making the movie and making the movie, and the budget comes out to, like I said, like $300 million for this Snow White movie that might not even be good because you're hearing, oh, yeah, you know, Snow White was supposed to come out this time, but, you know, they showed it to an audience and they hated it, so we're going to make it into a whole new thing. And when you market that, of it being terrible, that means that people aren't going to see it because they're just remaking the movie just to make a movie. Like, you know, just scrap it altogether. You don't need to make it. You fucked up on it. Who cares? But now it's, well, okay, how can we make a shitty movie but also make money from it? Because just making the movie is not working anymore. So, when in doubt, Toy Story is what I'm hearing from the Pixar guys. They probably already have like 4 or 5 more ideas of what they can do with Star Wars, yeah, of course, but Toy Story. Because I heard Quentin Tarantino say this, that he's never seen Toy Story 4. I totally get that. I saw it once, and I never really saw it again. Because Toy Story 3 was that good. I was 10 when it came out, and Toy Story was a huge thing when I was younger. Everybody had a Buzz and Woody, and now they're finally wrapping up with what is going on. Andy is going to college. Andy gives away his toys. And then that's it. So long, partner. We're now going with Bonnie. And Bonnie hasn't aged. That's the craziest part. It's been 16 years and Bonnie is still 4. What's up with that? Where's the continuity here, people? Where's, like, Shouldn't Bonnie be getting her period at this point? Like, what is happening? I don't get it. Bonnie's still, young, in preschool. Girl's been in preschool for like fucking 16 years. Maybe you should get her tested or something. What is happening? Anyway, sorry for that small rant. I can't be picking my head while I'm on the podcast. What are we doing here? Excuse me. Sorry. I'm just getting really comfortable. So, as you can tell, I don't want it to come out because it's just another way for them to get toys and to make money from us. I'm putting myself as a Disney fan in this situation, all right? All right, Disney adults, I'm giving myself that permission to be a Disney adult for another 20 minutes. I'm not going to the park in 20 minutes. I'm just ranting about how Disney needs to make new characters. Do they have to make Toy Story in real life version? No. Am I going to see Moana in real life version? No, because it looks like they just put Dwayne Johnson's head on a piece of clay. Like it, my God, like it's just horrible. I don't like how people are staying with the nostalgia. That is a big thing in this podcast. How you can't think about the past. I get it. Millennials are going to be able to, I watched Toy Story when I was your age, kid. Who cares? Have them create new toys and go to that place, go with those toys. We don't have to do Buzz and Woody anymore. I understand Tom Hanks is probably getting a boatload of money for this. Tim Allen is probably getting a boatload of money for this, but it doesn't need to be that way anymore. Come on, Disney. That One Podcast is sponsored by, what do you mean we don't have any ads? We don't have anything. Like, we don't have any play with your pussy. We don't have with anything at all. So we're supposed to have commercials. So who was in charge of not getting us any commercials? I was. Oh, okay. Well, all right, that's all right. But thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to give us a like, give us a subscribe, like us on Spotify, give us a follow on Spotify, and if you're a true fan, give us a download on Spotify. It's been real. It's been fun. I hope I see you in the next one. Thank you so much for tuning into That One Podcast. I'll see you in the next one, peeps.